Alright, man, this is the Odd Pod number 35. Alright, and
What's up?
we're gonna talk about something that's been on Romo's fucking mind.
Yeah, he's back.
Bad. He's back! Where was he? We didn't know, but now he's back.
Exactly. What's been on your mind, Romo?
Where?
Which
There's
podcast?
a lot of things on my mind.
Which one? Which
you gotta
podcast?
fucking be specific.
Didn't we just
That's like Charlie. That's like Charlie. Like, what's like, what are you thinking about? And he starts going off like random things. And
talking
shit.
about milk steak and shit?
Yeah.
But no. Alright, so last episode we were doing health.
Oh yeah,
Right? No, emotions.
I thought but
Last episode we did emotions, so this episode that kind of leads us to this episode because emotions were different if we were back in time.
Oh.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay, Chris did a good job. I like it.
You think I should just spend a little time explaining what I mean by this?
Yeah. So this podcast is gonna be whether Romo asked the other day, do I think it's better living in the times we're in now or living in older times? He's talking about like maybe a couple hundred years ago. Those times. And you know what? No. And you know what? If you think about it, because at first when he told me, I'm like, duh. Like the answer's obvious, but when you think about it, it isn't. Now go ahead, Romo.
I mean, you try to explain it on like maybe two different versions of it compared to today.
Go ahead.
Oh, think of it as in the mind of. Now, I'm probably gonna throw a lot of you off on this, but like it's the mind of a peasant back in the day, back when the serfdoms and the chief, or whatever you want to call it.
I'm a pawn on the chess.
I'm there, bro.
Monarch.
I'm a pawn on the chess.
Yeah, you got your monarch, you got your king. You're like back in Russia, you got your czar, your
That's in most countries, right?
your nobles, whatever, your merchants or whatever. Then you got your merchants, then you got your peasants.
Yeah.
Well, I've been reading recently on Leo Tolstoy and a lot of his thinking and the way of, and what was interesting with him is the mind of a peasant and how they are, and is that, you could be homeless, cold, and have nothing to eat, nothing to your name whatsoever, and these people who have nothing to their names except for a cottage, a place to eat, or a place to sleep, something to eat, and
That's something.
something, they will open their homes up to you and give you a place to eat, give you
Why would they do that back in the day?
because they believe strongly in their religion, that they believe that was the role in which God gave them to play, because they knew that this is the life in which God gave them, that this is what they were going to do, and they were going to live it to the fullest, because they know that in the afterlife something, God will open his gates up to the ones who serve his I guess will, or his testament, or what their role is
to
supposed
help
to
them
be.
meet.
Never denounce the name of God, no matter how much turmoil and tests that these people get you. Now you can sway that however you want, a lot of different things, but to keep on track, that it had an established belief, an established religion, something to live for. No matter how hard things got, because things got fucking hard for peasants.
And not just something to live for, something to die for.
Exactly. Yeah. Something I would give my life for. If my religion would be like in Russia, it was I give my life to my czar. That was the only thing being a peasant, is that you could have a place to eat, place to sleep, everything you want. Just don't talk shit about my czar. Don't talk shit about my religion. I'll boot your ass right out. It's kind of how it is.
What kind of work did they do?
Yeah, worked on the lands.
Physical work.
That. It was.
They
never,
were just.
This is probably I'm thinking before they had the
This
factory.
is before lawnmowers and shit like that.
Yeah. So they have
They
plows,
work
like
like
oxes.
yeah.
Hey, this is the year of the ox.
Mm.
The metal ox.
Which one?
2012. 2021.
We're not in it
What?
yet.
No, February something is the Chinese New Year and
What?
becomes metal ox.
Oh.
Remember we're the year of the rats.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be a lucky year for serpents, like you and me. What are you? What's your Chinese?
What year is he born?
I think I'm the pig. Oh, 95.
I think we talked
95.
about this.
What year
I think
is
it is the pig.
You think it's a pig? Alright, y'all keep talking, I'm gonna look it up. What year?
But that was
95?
Yeah.
Alright.
So some would say it's harder to live back then quickly because of illness.
It could be, but if
But
that's
that could be exaggerated. We don't know.
it's still an establishment of yourself. You already have like a set core belief. You don't have to go and search for it. It's already established, and that's the way you kind of go about living it. Now, of course, some people did it different. They kind of lived it, stankingly and wasted it.
Stankingly. I love that word. Hold on, we just learned a whole new word. You living stankingly, bro.
Well, of course, because you got your drunkards,
Right.
your troublesome, your hoodlums.
Ain't nothing but a stankard.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this shit.
Stinkerdly. No, that's a
Give me up, Webster.
But
Oxford.
yeah, you have those people, and of course, what is it? Is it Buddhists or Hindus that believe in reincarnation? Help me out on that.
Both of them, I think.
Is it? Well, it's a way that they also believe it too. Is that God could probably bring them back as a noble, higher up to serve closer to the czar or whatever. They could come back and be like, I could come back and be a royal guard or whatever.
So you're saying because now we don't really have those kind of. Most people don't believe in any kind of.
I don't really believe in anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Other than themselves.
Right.
And
technology.
At least in these times, these people would believe in at least helping each other out. You know what I'm saying? Or giving to the less fortunate. Even though I have nothing to give, I have something to give. Whether it's just a place to eat or a place to sleep.
The major religions that hold the belief in reincarnation are Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, and Sikhism, which all arose in India.
Man, okay.
Boom! Look at that.
Bro, India's a magical place.
Now, I'm not saying that's what was all around in Russia at this time.
Right, but it sounds similar.
Sounds similar. Or you can go back to even, let's say, because a lot of people would go back to the warring days. Like in, let's say, in
1700s?
Sparta. No, let's go in Sparta.
Oh, way
let's
back
go.
then.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, just the mindset.
Ain't that BC?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, let's go or you
BC.
can go into Japan. And then
But that's what I was gonna say. Like warring period has been throughout history.
But
like,
it's the
most
warrior
peaceful it's ever
code
been.
that they established themselves when they were very young,
Right.
and all of them have. And you can look at it in Japan. You can look at it somewhere in China. The monks, or in the.
There were a lot more like. Most
like,
of the
like
knights
in
weren't
Sparta,
really
they
like that dope.
from being very young. My bad.
Not you.
Bless you, by the way.
Thank you.
But from being very young, they're trained to be warriors. They're trained to be, this and that.
431 to 404 BC, after that was when Sparta defeated Athens in the Peloponnesian War. So we're talking. So Romo right now, and then we're talking about that far back.
Yeah.
Way back. How far back in
But
time?
again, it's a set core belief that when I'm young, this is what I have. It's not I'm gonna go off and do random things. It's a set belief system. It's a set thing that you have at birth. Where compared to today, where it's like, yeah, you have a lot more freedoms and this and that, but you have an increase of a lot of depressed people. You have an increase of people don't know what they want because there's so much out there.
It's
like,
too good.
Yeah.
For them to appreciate what they have.
Where if you have your set beliefs already, where a lot of families do, where they have strong religious beliefs, they tend to have, I'm maybe I'm grouping them. Huh?
They're usually happier, like.
I wouldn't say happier, because some of them choose the wrong path and then they end up being depressed. What I'm saying is that which time period do you feel like? Do you feel like right now where it's like, man, I gotta find a set belief already, and then I'm gonna start finding my pathway, or is it better to already have that set belief at birth? And it's kind of like, as you grow older, you kind of, it's not gonna last very long because of people don't last very long back in those times.
In my opinion, it's also values. Like back then, families had traditions. I'm talking about, you go all the way back to back then, 404 BC. You go maybe back even further, bro. Like families had traditions of behaving a certain way because families had titles and families had prestige. Everybody cared about their reputation. Your grandpa, what he did was important to what you would do. You know what I'm saying? You represented not only him but the family name. You know what I'm saying? That was
and
important.
that could shame generations.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So back then, that was a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Living right because for that reason, because I don't want to shame my family. Now you don't have that shit. No one gives a fuck. No one cares about the lineage. No one cares about my grandpa did this, my dad did that, my great grandpa. Man, fuck that. No one cares about anything. No one holds anything sacred like that no more. Like, yeah, so what if my dad and my grandpa both served in the army and they were righteous dudes and they tried to help other people? I don't give a fuck. Why? Because that's what all this, I feel like, having everything so easy has done to people. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, you know, you wanted, your reputation was important, but now your reputation really for most people is on the motherfucking internet. You know what I'm saying? Like no one really. Everyone is just so used to like, I'm just a regular worker. I go to work. I fit in with the crowd, so no one cares anyway. You know what I'm saying? Everyone believes that nothing matters. Not only does my family values don't matter, I don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they don't have any values. They don't respect. They don't respect values or tradition because they don't respect themselves. First of all, you know what I'm saying? Back then, you had this, fam. People took care of themselves. Like when I watch all these shows, like even the drunkard motherfuckers would at least, you know, have the decency to dress to try and look decent. You know what I'm saying? You know, nowadays you got motherfuckers just walking around just doing nothing with their lives. You know what I'm saying? And they have no direction and don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
I mean, the old hippies were actually trying to do something, right? They were roaming around, but trying to, I don't know what they were doing in the 70s and 60s.
Even those people were kind of lost as well. Because
I'm sure most of them were.
All of them were just either high or
escaping reality.
Yeah, escaping reality, and these people weren't trying to escape the reality. Probably a lot of them did psychedelic drugs or whatever. And
like he said, most of them were peasants, and what they do, we're gonna make the best of what we got, and they did. You know what I'm saying? They did.
It's when they read the Bible and when they have it read to them, because a lot of them were kind of illiterate. There's stories in there that talk about, you know, that God puts the strongest people through the hardest times, so that way when they reach up there, you know, it's like, hey, you know, I never denounced your name, ever. You know, you showed me the way. You showed me always a light, always hope. You know, and that's what people had, was hope. Today people don't have that much hope. They always detesting. You know, it could be somebody doing something good, but because the mainstream doesn't like them, they're gonna boo them.
You know what I feel? I had this theory today, and maybe the universe threw it in my head for a reason. But you know how back in the 80s, everything was like, you think of synthwave, everything was futuristic. Everyone was eager for what was to come in the future, the technology that was going to come through, you know what I'm saying? And every time you saw the future depicted in movies or entertainment, it was always like, yeah, we can't wait, you know, it's going to be so awesome. Somewhere in the 80s, like let's say it might have started with Terminator.
Right.
They started making the future seem really bad.
Right.
Like, we're going to send killer robots from the future. Or the future, everybody in the future,
Mad Max and
everybody in the future.
That's not out of the possibility or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That can actually happen.
No, but you see, that's what I'm saying. We were headed towards that awesome future where, yeah, everything would have been like, think about Tesla in the future. You know, we would have been doing that. But somewhere along the line, I'm not surprised if it was, you know, if it was
what if it was the timeline,
corporation,
the whole
cabal, you want to call it whatever you want to call it.
I call it Black Hand.
Yeah. Some this lady who I need to show you guys calls them Mr. Global. The whole that's the name.
Oh, and is it the dude with the globe head and then the suit and then the question mark in his face?
I think so. But that was something like. Either way, I think we were headed towards that, and everybody had an optimistic outlook on things, right? And then shit like that, like I said, all of a sudden the future's not good, it's bad, so we all should be afraid. Nuclear war, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel that somewhere along the line we were on a good track, but in the 80s shit got hijacked. You know what I mean? Like it turned from optimism to doom and gloom. You know, right. And then it turned into
It got us ready for 9/11.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, yeah. If you want to go deeper into it, we could revisiting the conspiracy podcast there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that was the thing I had, and I felt that in the 80s there was something awesome, and then it stopped. I'm just repeating myself. Go ahead.
No, but that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I asked my son, like, what time period would you live in? Because, I watched Peaky Blinders, which is in, like, British 30s.
Shout out.
We watched some of, what was the other show which is in the 30s on the
Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk Empire. So all that shit is dope to me. The Vikings are dope to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about all these crazy times. And he's like, I asked my son, like, what time period would you pick if you had to pick another time period?
Yeah, what do you say?
the 80s.
Interesting. See,
And I was like, oh yeah, so I guess the
because
80s are
everyone
cool.
seems so happy and
Well,
awesome,
you
right?
ever see like the Goldbergs? It's in the 80s, but yeah, everything was like
Man,
happy,
but everything
bright,
was being lied
new.
to you at that time, though.
We're being
Yeah.
lied to now.
I'm saying.
But everything was new. But it was like they had the Transformers was new, Ninja Turtles was new. Everything was fresh.
Like the cartoons were legit back then,
Yeah,
bro. Like you
there was
would like
time
you
put
would
into
be
it.
deep. You know what I'm saying?
They fucking killed Optimus Prime in the
Maybe
80s.
I'm looking
in the
at this
movies.
at a more of a spiritual level, in my opinion. That's cool.
Yeah,
though.
he's looking at it as a kid level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
on the
why
kid
I'm
level, it was
interested.
You know what? Because
Yeah.
at that time they had the fucking Super Nintendo that just came out too and
Like-
shit.
like
so
they probably
I would
watched-
love to came out.
They probably watched Back to the Future and they're like, damn, that seems pretty awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is cool is
Tron,
the
Wasn't
Back to the Future. They had
Arnold
two different
coming out with
features.
good movies during the 80s?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Cobra, that was Stallone. See, like action movies were legit
Rambo?
action movies. Remember, like the action
Yeah.
stars were like legit bad motherfuckers, bro. Like it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis. You know what I'm saying? You
Didn't-
like,
yeah.
like
Now they're like these. No offense, but they're like
Wannabe.
suspects.
wannabe men, wannabe like
what I'm
like
saying?
tough guys, and y'all look like some little
Kind of
sissies.
fr- yeah.
You know
Didn't
what
Claude
I'm
Van
saying?
Damme have a good 80s?
Jean-Claude Van Damme. You see what I'm saying? Like these motherfuckers that
And he was legit too.
yeah. See, the 80s had some pretty badass shit. You know what I'm saying?
It was a
Wasn't this
pure
the start
time.
of
It was
Yeah.
it was definitely more wide open. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't really get like closed until 9/11.
Was it the mid 80s that Mike Tyson started knocking fools out, or was it the late 80s?
It was
early
late
90s?
80s, and then because he crashed the
It's
burn.
just an exciting time, bro.
It was.
Cocaine,
Cocaine.
weed.
Who Miami Dolphins were
Yeah.
going 16-0.
The Raiders are winning Super Bowls. The freaking Browns were making
The
it.
Celtics and Lakers were having epic back
For
and
real.
forth games over there. You know what I'm saying?
Michael Jordan came
He was
out.
coming up. He was coming
He
up.
was coming up
He was
during this
coming up.
time.
The early 90s hit hard
Pistons
too.
were turning it up.
Who else was playing at this time? Larry Bird? No.
It was a lot of positive
See-
shit, and
see-
then in '97,
Yeah.
Pac got killed, and Biggie got killed, and then there was some other like.
It was like the
could be-
downfall of everything.
Yeah, and then that kind of got us ready too a little bit for now.
Maybe that's what it was. 'cause
Aaliyah died.
This
pumped-
guy,
we
he's
pumped
gonna
the
list
nation
everybody.
full
R.I.P. Big Pun, Big L.
Maybe
Oh,
that
he
was the
Shout out Jim
downfall.
Master J.
Jam Master Jay is cool, but Big Pun, he used to be his wife. So
Maybe that was the downfall of the 80s for America. It was because we were partying hard for the 80s.
Well,
and-
yeah, think about this. Everybody,
It's the crash, a little
Yeah.
crash from the
Remember when
cocaine.
cocaine came out in the 70s? Okay, it was the hottest thing ever. By 1985, everybody was burned the fuck out.
They turned into crack.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
crack by that
yeah,
time.
yeah. They were fiends now, bro.
It was
It
on
wasn't
the
fun no
generation.
more.
It's always like these fiends are looking for new things because it was cocaine, then it went to crack, then it went to heroin, and then it probably goes to cheese and wet. Then it goes to I think right now it's probably methamphetamines. I don't know what the new one is now.
Lean and pills and all that.
No, that was
Lean is
my
so
generation.
expensive.
Meth got more exposed when. I say
Breaking
around 08.
Bad.
No, I'd say it started getting exposed around 08, and then it started getting real bad around 2000. I want to say 11 to about now.
I'm pretty sure all the homeless people are that I've seen like around DFW or whatever are meth heads, right?
Not all of them.
All the what?
No.
Homeless.
Oh.
I don't think there's like a lot of crackheads anymore. I think they're meth addicts now.
It
It's
could be a
cheaper to
mix.
make. It's cheaper to buy.
You could be right, but for the most part, I think a lot of them are on crack, heroin, and meth right now. I think it was the top three.
Boo.
I know.
Party drugs, I think, is going to be always Xans and bars instead of it being ecstasy and acid now.
Remember when parties were like
Isn't
just
that the same
weed
shit?
and mushrooms? I mean, that was hard, bro. Or a meditative experience. Whatever
That's
you
true.
set your mind to. That's a cool thing about the mind, bro.
Yeah.
So.
But yet, when you go back in time, though, you never needed really those drugs to do that. You could just go out in nature and experience, things like this.
Also, this is why there's so many simps in this world, because of technology and how fast it. Because like I said, bro, motherfuckers, they used to have to go up to a female and speak game. You know what I'm saying? At least your boy had to present you, right? Whatever. You had to meet a person. nowadays everyone's catfishing on the social medias and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
And an executive can have some money and pay like for a night.
And in person, if you got rejected, you wouldn't talk no shit like, oh well, fuck you then, you hoe. But online, you get rejected. Oh, you say whatever, because now you know what I'm saying. I'm not there. What they gonna do? Find me. So it's like I said, bro. It's created a bunch of simps.
Yeah.
Create a bunch of wusses.
That's where the simp revolution came from. It came from the rise of the social medias.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be a devolution?
Devolution.
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 Devolve. I mean, yeah. So
it could be because it's changing the man concept, and I guess in relationships now. You know what does it feel to be masculine? The man of the whole household.
That's a sex is like men have been demasculated, like obviously,
women
have become masculated.
Yeah, they've been empowered. Like think about the hustles they got now with like the cams, the OnlyFans, and the whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And think about the dudes that go for it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more.
There's a lot of women that take care of a lot of dudes.
I'm not against most of this stuff, but it's the demasculation of men.
It's the empowerment of women.
Yeah.
Because think about this. Back then, women were just getting pimped out. They were the ones who were always getting screwed over, and they were just being used, right? Now they got the power, right?
They're in charge.
I just don't like the demasculation of the manhood.
I think they did it to themselves. They did it to themselves.
Men?
Yes, men. We did it to ourselves. Because like I said, the simping and how we allow it and how we follow it. You know what I'm saying?
I think there should be a middle ground, and everybody should just meet at that point and just be like, no simping, but no hoeing.
No simping, no pimping.
Everybody should just be real with each other. Stop being fake.
Shout out to the fifth dimension.
For real, that's what's next, right?
I wish it could be just that simple.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, right? Wouldn't it be? Yeah, it would. There's a whole nother
because
podcast.
I think back in the day, you used to get like flogged for fucking lying.
Yeah, back then, if you cheated, motherfucker, you probably gonna go to jail or something.
Bro, you still fucking spoon, bro. They were gonna beat your ass.
See, and nowadays,
spoon? Yeah, like a silver spoon or something.
Oh, and nowadays it don't happen. You know what I'm saying? But but you get stupider things happen. Like for 1 gram of weed, you get 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Luckily, it's gotten better. If sometimes depends, but
sometimes you just get a car ride to jail for a couple hours.
But
except shit. It's cold sandwich.
Hey man, that sandwich was alright. The juice sucked ass.
Yeah, what is it, bro? 'Cause it's like not Gatorade, but it's not juice. It's just something.
Nah, it's that Minute Maid lemonade you get for the powder
from Dollar General.
Yeah, and then it's probably like the water hose,
water from the restaurant.
Off-brand Gatorade,
some shit like that, and they just
flavor.
No sugar or nothing, bro.
Was it yellow? Was yours yellow?
Yeah,
mine was yellow too.
You mean Suero?
Huh?
Suero? Like the stuff.
Sometimes it could be
Pedialyte. Pedialyte?
Yeah, it wasn't Pedialyte.
No, it wasn't Pedialyte. It was like some type of lemonade. It was like some shit you get from like school.
Okay. I feel you.
But worse because he's.
Oh, you mean the
wait?
He's talking about.
No, I've had it before.
The barrel, the plastic little barrel with the aluminum on it. You know what I'm talking about?
It didn't taste like that. That was more healthy than this shit.
That was all sugar, man.
Well, okay, now they got healthy ones.
God, bro.
They needed more sugar. What the fuck
my whole body tenses up thinking about taking just a sip of those little. You know what I'm talking about, man? Jeez. Hey, on the podcast, if you can put a picture of that.
I got you.
Oh my god!
I know y'all know what I'm talking about.
I got a bunch in the fridge right now. I'm gonna look at them and see how much sugar. You probably didn't even say.
My god!
But I think now because shout out to Michael Obama, but I think she helped. I think she helped pass some food things for schools or something. It made the food healthier, supposedly.
You wanna do me a favor?
What's up?
You wanna go give me that whiskey?
Yes, you can give me a little bit more because you give me like a little baby.
Well, I'm sorry, you were acting like a little baby. Oh, don't drive home. Nah, I'm just kidding, y'all. Drive safe. Drink.
I have enough. See, I've eaten.
See, maybe that's why Romo doesn't need more whiskey. That's the whiskey talking.
Man, give me that shit. Shut up. I'm not driving.
So angry.
So, but the guy. So why should he be drinking?
He's not. I'm not gonna pour him anymore. See, he don't need it. We drink responsibly here. Give me a cup.
Anyway, all right. So did you say what time period you would want to go to?
I did not.
I really like the West, even though I know it was tough. But I feel like me right now, if I just flash forward there, then I wouldn't.
See, back
survive.
in the day, you could have a glass of whiskey without anybody saying anything.
But that's what was cool about the West, bro. You work on the railroad. Did you ever see Hell on Wheels?
Nah, I never seen that show.
That one's pretty dope, though. They got like gunslingers and shit. I mean, it makes it look cool, but then it's also very fucking dangerous, racist. Somebody could just hang you for being Mexican. But I mean, it was, you know, you can still kind of hold your own.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what time period I would do. I think it would be in the era of probably before maybe 100 BC probably in the Middle East, somewhere in the desert.
Was it Sparta?
No, probably
Spartan?
Either some. What was it at this time, Vino? Do you know?
100 BC.
Middle East?
Middle East.
Like Constantinople?
Yeah. What was?
You want to live in Turkey like Byzantine Empire?
No,
Hey,
that's.
Look that up. When was the Byzantine Empire? Someone, because I just said it, so now we got to put facts behind it.
My phone's recording.
I know it should be me, but that knows this, but I'm really fucking drunk. Well, not drunk, but yeah. What's your passcode?
Why don't you use your phone?
I don't even know.
I don't know why I had to hit you. So I thought about it. I really like Peaky Blinders time period, the 20s, because of how they dress. I like the clothes. The females are bad. Like, they're real pretty. Nobody's like obese back then.
Well, you only dress like that if you're a gangster.
Well, I would assume. I know, right? So I'm like, I'd probably be a gang. I feel like my family would be some gangsters or something. Like, so my family on my mom's side, they have lawn mowing. They have 2 landscaping businesses that are successful in St. Louis, Missouri. I feel like that would translate, and I would just be affiliated. And back then, it would either be some kind of tribe, some kind of Viking clan or something. Where was it like real peaceful and chill? Like, is there anywhere in the world that it was just chill? Like nowhere, right?
I'm gonna tell you where I go.
Everywhere was getting pillaged and raped.
I kind of said that wrong.
Mexico.
Yeah.
In the
there's a period
70s,
of time, right?
70s, 80s, 90s, up until like
19.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
What?
It didn't get bad until the Zetas took over, and that was early 2000s.
That's when old boy was from
boy,
Blow
remember,
was going down there to get bud and then come back.
Where I was from, where my mom is from, Nuevo Laredo, Tamaulipas, is right across the border, bro. It was peaceful there. They had festivals like every other weekend.
You can go back and forth.
Bro, Americans would cross the border to go get the pills and drink for cheap and come back all fucked up. And you know what? It was all good. No one would get jacked. Nobody was getting, fucked over. The white guys would come back off.
I mean, you could get jacked, but if you were like deep, you'd be alright.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You give me your shoes. Here, take my shoes. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, that it was good over there. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'd go back. 70s, 80s, even 90s.
I thought you were talking about like the Aztecs before the Spanish came.
Yeah,
like,
I ain't ready to see. You mean like what's that movie?
Apocalypto.
But before, like live your whole life before they show up.
Oh, before the conquistadors?
Yeah, like they had like a long period.
Like they still did a lot of work, man.
You'd be a fucking swole ass motherfucker.
I would probably go with the Olmecs in their time period.
We're South America, right? That's the Olmec head that Vino has,
yeah.
right? Yeah. You kind of look like an Olmec. I just fucking with you.
Yeah, or in the Ottoman time, when the Ottomans were starting to come up.
When was that?
It's probably, I gotta look that up.
Ottoman Empire. I mean, they were around for like a few hundred years.
Because it was always a conflict that they was like switching the Sultan and the power or whatever.
I'm surprised you're not a Russian czar. Like, you're not that's where you went.
I mean, if we're thinking like war period, nah, fuck all that. I don't want to fight for Russia at that point.
This episode got good.
I would love to be an American colonist. Fighting for the American Revolution.
Thinking about like Turn Washington Spies, I feel like I would fit in there. I don't know who do you think you would be?
Man, they worked a lot.
What character would you be in Turn?
Well, who would you be?
I mean, sometimes I feel like Abraham. Sometimes I feel like Caleb Brewster.
I'm like, who I want to be, or who do I think I would be?
There you go. Do both.
Yeah. Caleb Brewster.
That's who you think you would be, or who you want to be?
Yeah. But yeah,
Brewster.
That's who you want to be?
I'll be the Brewster boy. No, that's who I would describe myself to be, but who I want to be.
I can see that. I can see you as
not Talmadge, Captain Talmadge.
Talmadge.
That's homeboy.
That's him. That's how I see you, like, cause you're like.
Oh, that's the son who came back. So he led the army. Like he keeps disobeying orders.
Yeah. I mean, he's the one.
Yeah, he's a dragoon.
The blonde dude.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think I see that, and I think I'd be Abraham.
You
Because I got this drama with the bitches, and I'm like, this bullshit, and then my dad, but then I'm like, I'll help you guys, but I'm kind of lazy. I can't farm for that shit.
So is he right when he told me that was him who put that hat on the flagpole that started the whole thing at the college?
They got his brother killed?
Yeah.
Yeah, why'd you tell him that?
I didn't.
He did.
On accident? Were you drunk or something?
No.
Well, that's okay. It's okay, though.
I kind of hinted it while we were watching.
Nah, he told the story about how I wish I could kill that guy. You know what I'm saying? And Romo goes, yeah, that was him. I'm like, oh, was it really? He goes, yeah.
Oh, well, y'all are about to find out anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell by the story. I thought you were that.
Oh, the way.
I thought you could figure it out.
Whenever
Romo assumed I was clever.
So y'all didn't finish that
I like
episode?
being surprised sometimes.
Was it at that episode? Did y'all finish it?
Yeah.
Because Anna tells him, right? Then she say, "Oh, that was you."
No, she did.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I missed that part. Maybe it was right when Romo told me.
She said that he wanted to say it at the same time, and she like surprised him. It
was him, bro. I was like, oh, what a bitch.
I know, that sucks.
Shout out to that show Turn on Netflix.
Yeah. And that fucking badass villain, Simcoe.
Someone should do a show, man, because, there is a Viking show, but like a show like Roman times.
There's like a lot of them. Oh, you talking about during
but there aren't any good
Gaelic
ones.
Wars and stuff.
The Roman ones aren't that good. The ones I've seen on Netflix.
Man, what is it? 50 BC? From 50 BC to 49 BC when Julius Caesar was making his name.
Maybe that's just 1 year that you named. You said 50 BC.
Oh yeah, you all right, man. I am off today. Well, probably I guess the 60th century BC.
Now I gotta look up when he reigned just so we can get that right.
Caesar. So he had a lot
55, 54, I think, were the Gaul, where he was trying to take over all of Central Europe and stuff.
Reign of.
Watch it be like a 1 in front of it or some
Caesar.
shit.
Here we go. Reign of Julius Caesar.
The reign is so beautiful.
What the heck? 27 BC to 14 AD.
That's a solid 15.
Wait,
that was his reign. How long did he live?
Hold on.
Alright, so while they're doing that...
You're right, Romo. He was alive from 100 BC to 44 BC, but he only reigned from 46 to 44 BC.
And look what I'm looking.
2 years.
It was this.
And look what
That's what I was describing was the Gaelic Wars between 58 BC to 50 BC.
Oh.
So I guess I'm not completely wrong.
Is it Gallic or...
Thank you, Vino. You for correcting me.
So that's where you would live?
No, we were describing the
show.
The show,
based in those times.
That'd be. But then you see, the thing is, they can do that, but then you gotta hope they got good actors, they got a good script, that everything works.
Well, Turn is amazing.
Turn is amazing. They got the script, they got the actors.
Peaky Blinders is pretty damn good.
Peaky Blinders. What's the other one? Frontier is dope.
You know what? I just thought about it. There's a show that makes all the young people like the 80s, Stranger Things. I don't like that show. I don't watch it.
It looks lame to me because it's a bunch of kids.
But the kids of youngsters love it.
Yeah, they do.
That's weird. I like Goldbergs because it's like family oriented.
And you know what we had got my nephew for Christmas was like a little Galaga arcade thing that it's a tiny one.
Yeah.
But it's like that's all it is. It's like a joystick, a button to press, and you just move left to right. It's like a little screen of Galaga, and they fucking are enjoying the hell out of it.
That's what's up.
What's cool also, they have these things that are like the Atari, like a new kind of Atari thing. You just plug it to the TV and it has like 100 games and shit.
Back in the 70s, you could just catch fucking crates of marijuana over in Florida just falling from the sky.
Damn. Talking about the square groupers over there.
Oh, do we not show you that?
Nah, Cocaine.
We never showed you that?
I mean, somebody crashed.
I need to show you Cocaine Cowboys 2, and I need to show you Square Grouper. But I show you seen Cocaine Cowboys 1.
Yeah. Griselda.
That was 80s.
That was a bad bitch.
Look, cocaine, if you got cocaine, Cocaine Cowboys is wild just because of the audacity of these motherfuckers.
Hey, who said we want to live back in the 80s? Was it you?
Me.
You?
No,
my son.
Oh, your son.
Yeah, but he's not going to be in Florida with the drug cartel. He's going to be
Man,
like
in everywhere. What the fuck are you talking about?
Philadelphia or somewhere.
You also got to think about
somewhere in the Midwest.
The serial killers that were going on fucking between the 70s and 80s too.
And that's because of
people were fucking disappearing and shit.
And then there's a lot to that, bro. There's a lot. That's where all those kids were on the milk cartons and shit.
You know, maybe that's another podcast I could do a side tangent on.
What?
Random disappearances and cases I don't know.
Oh, you would like that, wouldn't you? All right. So did you ever say where you wanted to live?
Yeah.
I did.
$12.99, 80 in the Ottoman Empire around that time because
oh yeah, he wants to live back when most of that area was run by the
Ottomans.
the Muslims.
Yeah.
The
Why?
Another what?
Everybody was like real spiritual and kind to each other and shit.
Honestly, bro, you could tell a man right now with a shaman and say you will find spiritual enlightenment if you go to the desert and spend 14 days and 14 nights out there. You and a shaman, somebody else will find you and you will teach
Where is
you
this,
the
in
enlightenment.
India?
I'm just saying.
Oh.
It was that enlightenment that a guru could tell you this, and a man would look at this and be like, nah, they wouldn't believe it. Certain signs will show you that because, again, the belief system, the core will be any sign like that you see, it's like, oh, okay, I guess God is trying to tell me something. So they will go off and do it.
They do that with like Native Americans and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would love to do things like that, and especially during those times, it's kind of like, yeah, I feel like you know, nothing happens. I die out there, I'll start back over.
I feel like Mexico would be a cool place when they were doing like ayahuasca and shit before the Spaniards, maybe. They gave me the idea whenever you said Mexico and the else out there, you're talking about like the 640s or something. I don't know when they were around, but
I would love to live in the Inca.
Might have been nice.
Before the Spaniards and before they were sacrificing the hearts.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. What's that before?
It was like 10 years.
Remember, my theory is that was because of a comet that crashed or something like that.
When did the conquistadors come to Mexico? Was it in
you guys, man, I'm turning into a...
You're being the junk January.
Like 14...
Don't you
13,
dare compare us to another podcast. We're our own podcast.
This is the pod.
It's not only me doing this, but I'm just saying.
What was the question again?
When was... what was the question?
When the conquistadors
when did the conquistadors
come to Mexico? The Spanish.
When did the Aztecs start? Because that's when all the ritual sacrifice started happening. We don't even want to talk about those.
Well, no, your theory was, if you want to revisit it, was the Aztecs, something happened. Venus, right? Was it the birth of Venus and then they started sacrificing? Or kind of like those were connected a little bit?
February 1519 is when the the Spanish conquest of the Aztec Empire. That's
1519.
1519.
Yep.
Aquarius month. Shout out.
Who do you think was more savage? You think the Aztecs were more savage, or you think the northern I
think the Spanish were more
Iroquois savage. And the fucking
they could both get wild, bro.
You think, or the Dakota tribes?
Well, there was apparently there were some tribes, like Native American tribes, they were like fucking savage, and there's some that are very peaceful, and they just vary. I
mean, I'm just saying, the Dakota Indians are very peaceful, but you piss them off, bro, they do some savage ass shit.
Nah, but there's some cannibals, right? Like there's
sacrificing cannibals. They're more like they had when it came to war, they had no hold bars. You know, if you were a kid, they were gonna scalp your ass too.
Okay.
They didn't give a fuck. Women, they didn't give a fuck. It was brutal. Those Western wars with the Dakota tribes. Yeah, it got bad.
He sounds like
this is a side story that
he sounds like a white guy back in those times talking about them like man, savages.
No. I'm not calling them savages. It was all warranted. It was all warranted because what do you expect when you starve a nation of people over and then you try to fuck them over on some money? What do you expect?
Oh, this is when they're being pushed to the west, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And they had a set agreement.
Oh, bro, they had to fight each other. They had no choice.
But I'm just saying, it was all because somebody was trying to fuck them over on some money, and then they were starving them out. And it just got to a boiling point. Who do you blame at that point? Do you blame the starving people, or do you blame the?
What if the cabal was still twisting shit back then?
Yeah, it could have been. Real fucked up, but
there's a show called Timeless that it's like kind of like about Illuminati or whatever, and it's they call it Rittenhouse, which is like the same name as that one kid who got.
Man, this podcast really digressed from what we were talking about.
But that's what a podcast is.
Now we digressed. Yeah, but. So did you say when you wanted to live?
Yeah, he said 70s, 80s, 90s Mexico. I've said $12.99 either in the Ottoman Empire or down there in Mexico or in the Incas or somewhere down there. I'd love to be in the Americas at this time.
And these we would choose these times because you'd be at peace with like nature and we work from the land, and I think that's probably like the happiest you could be. Like you have a wife and kids, and you could maybe, I'm assuming, you know what I'm saying, eat some ayahuasca here and there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's about solid 40 right there.
Boom.
You gonna say
Now he's
something?
gonna digress.
Yeah, I was gonna digress even more. Like, I wonder what era you wouldn't want to live in.
Well, most.
There's a
the
lot.
majority of
it.
it.
The majority, bro. The majority.
Yeah, I guess that could be another subject for another podcast, I guess. Because that you could take that and break it down at any time. Like, I would not want to be living in the 60s. Because I would not want to be a teenager in the 60s coming out of high school. And I had no college ambitions or whatever. I'm getting drafted.
Dang, I would like to be like 30 in the 60s. Like my age now, but in the 60s. Going to trip balls and shit and going to Woodstock. I'll go there in
As
there.
if you don't get drafted.
And I'll be in my 30s.
Oh, you're the only son in your family, too, so you wouldn't.
Cheers.
See, I'd be screwed. Both of y'all would be alright. I'd be...
Shout out to this episode.
Yeah.
One love.